Good evening. We are going to provide our own implementation for publisher, subscriber, subscription, all that we saw in the previous video. Now, these are part of the reactive streams Java implementation. So why are we implementing ourselves? It's provided to us by Java. We are simply implementing them so as to better understand the concept behind reactive programming and reactive streams, which we discussed as far. Let's create a new project. Name it test, publish, subscribe. Let's copy the form.xml project, which I have me. See that we are using 17, Java 17, and the required. Now I'm going to, under source main Java, I'm going to create two packages. One is publisher package, and the subscriber package. Now, just to make sure that I'm syncing the project of Maven, after I copy the form.xml, now under subscriber package, I'm going to create subscriber IMPL. This should implement subscriber from reactive streams. And this takes a parameter of, takes a type of string because it subscribes to a publisher that sends it a stream of string country names in our example. Let's also have a logger. So private static final logger SLF4J log equal to logger factory dot get logger subscriber IMPL dot class. Now we have to implement methods as part of the contract. We do that. Let's say this is country name and log.next. I'm simply going to say receive country name, comma, country name. On error, I'm simply going to say log.error, error. Complete, I'm going to say log.info, completed. Now on subscribe, we are going to do, we're just going to define, we're just going to create subscription object and just say this dot subscription is equal to subscription. Now we have to get the subscription outside so that we can request the number of items on that subscription. So I'm going to create a getter method. It should be outside. Now, going to publisher, I'm going to create a publisher IMPL and say implements publisher thing. But be careful is what package you are quoting. Thing. And implement the methods, which is one method, and we do subscriber from subscribe, and now we need a subscription object. So since the publisher is responsible for giving the subscription, let's create a subscription IMPL in the publisher package. Subscription IMPL. This implements subscription reactive streams, and be sure that you have a logger. Subscription.class, and you implement all the methods under it. Once you do this, here simply create a subscription object as new subscription MPL and pass that. Now in subscription, so we'll call this here to a name that we can much related, such as requested. Cancel, we'll say log.info, subscriber has canceled. And we say we create a let's create a boolean, call it is cancelled. Here we do cancelled equal to true. Now, first thing we do here is say if it is cancelled, then return do nothing. Then we have a for loop. I is less than requested I plus plus, and we can't be requesting as much as in the counts of millions. So for testing purposes, we'll have a upper bound, private, static, final, int, max items. Let it be set to 10 items. And we have a count set to 0. Here, we say count is less than max items. The first thing we do is we increment the count. Then for generating country names, we have paper. So private paper is Now we can create a constructor. Before doing that, now the subscription I am here, how do we, how now the publisher has to get the subscription object to which it can request. The publisher has to connect the subscription and the subscriber. So for that, so we did this. We're simply going to use this, and here, say like this, and we create a constructor public subscription. I am here. This dot subscriber is equal to subscriber. Right? Now once you do that, you go to the publisher and you simply pass the subscriber here. Now the publisher is simply going to connect the subscription and the subscriber. So however, we have to produce the item and we need to have the subscription interface. So now we have subscriber interface, produce the items. We have subscriber instance, produce the items. So we're going to do next. That we do subscriber dot next filter dot country dot name. You can use login like this, and you can have the logger info. Subscriber requested for these many items. This is the do this. And here, if count is equal to max items, then this dot subscriber for on complete. We also say is cancelled equal to true and return. Right? Now this concludes the implementation. This can also be final. So now we are going to create a demo file to test all this. Let's say public static void main. Let's say public static void, call it demo one. Now we are going to understand some of which we discussed earlier, that just a publisher on subscribe is not going to give you the data, but the subscriber has to request. Then the publisher can provide all the way up to as many as 0 to the requested number of items and not any more. It can even request for 0 items. And then we also saw that once the subscriber cancels and is not interested in any more data, then we have to we won't get any more data, and you can also have an error condition. So we're going to test this scenario. Now I'm going to add publisher new publisher IMPL where subscriber, or which will be this new subscriber IMPL. Now we do publisher dot subscriber. So these three lines, if you call demo one, run this. So you get no data because we have not requested. Now we copy this demo two. We say subscriber dot get subscription dot request of 10. Then we do subscriber dot get subscription. Again, we request for 1. Let's see what happens. Set this to demo 2. So taker is not. That's quite obvious because we have not instantiated data. So it will be this dot taker equal to taker. That should get rid of the error. As you see, we have 10 items. All those are completed, and we do not have any more subscription that we get. 10 items, and we got 10 items. Now, let's say this is 9 items. Now what happens? Right now, as soon as you got the last subscriber request over 1, subscriber request for 9, and subscriber request over 1, as soon as you got the 1 to name, it's completed. Let's now move on to the third demo. We check cancel. Let's say here we do subscriber, get subscription, cancel, and we still request for the last. As you see, we received the 9th item and subscriber is cancelled and no more requests after that. Then the final one is for us to introduce an error. For us to introduce an error, I have to go back to this. Here, if requested greater than max items, then you do this dot subscriber on error new runtime exception. You should also say cancel 2. Go to the demo. Here, let's request for 11 items. We continue requesting for one more. Let's make this demo 4. Just did demo 3. Now we do demo 4. Run this. Demo 4. Demo 4. We requested 11 items. Request for 11 items. And count and count plus plus. Hello, and it still gives you the so you simply have to provide a return and see error and no more